Welcome to the third episode of the NVXS podcast. I'm Jamie Tay, and with me is
Mick Curran.
And we're going to talk about some stuff. Oh, and the noise is gone.
Yeah, that's good. I'm not sure what they're doing outside, but...
Right. So, first of all, just really briefly on the 2012.2 release. As you're probably all aware, 2012.2 RC1 came out last week, because we wanted to get some wider testing on some stuff. And we're just about to push out RC2, which has a few fixes to the update, download and installation process. And also to portable creation. So you now should be able to create portables on networks, and it won't not work if... what am I trying to say here? It won't not work if, say, an application hasn't released a file or something like that. Previously, to just come up with a retry thing, and you can never get to succeed.
Yes.
And there's also one other bug fix, which is very interesting. Basically, if you're on XP and you're not an administrator and you do install an update, there was this thing where it had fail the installation, but it also copy the whole of your System32 folder into the NVIDIA program directory. And when we first heard about this bug, I'll be honest, I was like, oh, that's ridiculous. That's not happening. Surely there was just some... Oh, crap. So that's been fixed.
Yes, it has.
Which is good. Thanks to our translators who have done a fantastic job of getting, I think, most of the translations up to date. I think Messa was saying 21, and there's obviously more that are probably pretty up to date already, and that will be updated by the final release.
Yep.
So that's pretty good.
And thanks also to Messa, of course, for
managing it all
his hard work and stuff, and with the new system and all that, which seems to be working very well for translators. So.
It seems to be making their jobs much easier, and as a result, we're getting higher quality translations, which is fantastic.
We hope so. Yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to do a quick note about the add-ons page, which, well, we have a page on the NVIDIA website for add-ons. It's not linked anywhere yet. We will fix that soon. There's only 3 add-ons listed at the moment, but the point is that we did want to start a page where people could get sort of really common add-ons.
Yes.
There's not really much point giving a URL. I'll probably link to it in the podcast or something in the notes.
That's fine.
If I remember. Donations. At this rate, we should have about, so far this year, 21,000 by the end of June. And that's about a fifth of what we need to run each year, obviously, for the 6 months. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, look, we're really, really thankful for all the contributions people have made. It makes a difference, but I guess what we're saying is, though, it still certainly costs a lot to develop a project like this. So, yeah, 1/5 of the way there is pretty good.
And keep in mind that we're also looking for other sources of funding. We're just pointing out this is what the donations are. We're also looking for grants. And of course, as you know, we've mentioned recently on Twitter and on the blog, we now have a grant from to work on Chinese input support.
That's right. And so thanks certainly goes to the Taiwan Digital Talking Books Association and the Hong Kong Blind Union, and both of those have agreed to contribute to that to the project to make it much better for NVDA Chinese language users for NVDA. And of course, we're looking. It'd be nice to also find. We're still a bit of a shortfall with that. We'd like to find another third of that funding if anyone is interested. Certainly from mainland China or Japan, or anyone who just is interested in Chinese or any other East Asian languages. We're still looking for extra funding. So,
yep. We have 43 monthly subscribers now. It's just a bit more than we had last time, averaging about $15, which is fantastic. If we could get, thanks so much to those of you that are. You know, it's much nicer to have a sort of more guaranteed stream of income there. If we could get 1,000 more of those, we'd be good.
It would be set, and we wouldn't. Yeah, it'd run itself. We'd be able to do our jobs and
keep
not have to worry about where the money's
going. We can focus more on pushing out those updates that everyone loves so much.
Exactly.
Just a really quick update on the statistics for users, since people seem to be interested in that, or at least we are. I assume everyone else is. We've got just over 1,000 users a day now, pretty much. So we're always hitting 1,000.
That's correct. I did notice that today US users hit 200. finally, because it's always been sort of hovering around the 160, 180, and it seems we've hit 200 today. So we'll see if that continues. And as I've said before, then it's like Brazil, Portugal, Germany, and it goes on from there. Mm-hmm. And that's the trend seems to be sticking, really. That's what it tends to be. Yeah.
Yep. Just some thoughts on what's coming up in NVDA in future versions. I don't want to say 2012.3. We haven't quite planned that fine yet, so it'll probably be the next couple of releases. Mm-hmm. We have what I'll be working on soon is PDF table column headers and row headers, and also column spans and row spans. So, when you have a column that spans... Sorry, a cell that spans 2 columns and stuff like that. That we support that in Firefox, but we don't yet support it in PDF documents in Reader. Mm-hmm. And the same can be said for table headers. So it'd be good to get that fixed. Mm-hmm. And also computer braille input. So I don't want to sort of talk about grade 2 at this stage, but the idea would be to get, if you've got a braille keyboard on your braille display, it'd be good to be able to at least type computer braille, and then we'll focus on grade 2 once we get the basics in. And there's also one other item which we're about to demonstrate, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. We're up to that bit now, are we?
Yeah, apparently. Oh, right. We were going to actually talk about it all through the episode and make people think...
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
I completely forgot. So we're going to go, and there's this cool demo coming up, guys, and you don't have to wait till the end of the episode to hear it, but we're already there.
I guess we can introduce it by firstly thanking Samsung Australia very much for donating to us one of their Slate PC computers, Series 7 Slate PC, and what this really is a device that looks rather like an iPad, but I guess that's what they all look like nowadays. But and
it's not a complete rip-off for it.
No, because the difference here is that it actually runs Windows, and it's fully featured, as in, if you're just used to using a Windows laptop or something, everything's all there, but the beauty of it is that it has a touch screen, a multi-touch screen, so you can use it, 4 or more fingers at the same time, and it's also, of course, very small and lovely to carry around with you. I carried this up with me on the train to Jamie's, and it was actually quite nice not to have something heavier in my bag.
And it really doesn't have a keyboard.
No, it doesn't have a keyboard. Now, you can use wireless keyboards with it, or if you have the dock, you can plug in a USB keyboard, but the idea would also be that you can use the on-screen keyboard. Now, this is talking about with Windows 8. It's all gone very touch-centric. And the idea is that you should be able to use Windows 8 purely with touch. So all their messages and dialog boxes and stuff are a little bit nicer for touch, and also, as I say, there's an on-screen keyboard now. So because we received this from Samsung, I've been busily coding some initial support for touchscreens in NVDA.
We've been spending a ridiculous amount of time on the phone talking about it.
Yes,
how we're going to do it.
Yes, lots of conversations, and but I think we've got something that we're sort of happy with as an initial sort of what's the word, prototype, I suppose. It's probably not going to change too much more from what we've got, but it's just something to play around with. It's certainly now at this point in time, I can do a lot of things on this Slate without a keyboard, which is good. So I thought we would do a bit of a demonstration just to show you what it's all about. So I've got the Slate.
This is going to be tricky. You're going to have to hold the mic and use a Slate at the same time.
Slate in front of me, and I'm going to change hands with the mic because I'm right-handed. And I've already got Notepad opened in front of me, and it is maximized. And so I'm just going to tap the screen and see where I land. And I landed in an edit field, obviously Notepad's edit field, and it told me the current line, which apparently says goodbye! Exclaim, something I wrote before. And
we
so
want to slow that down.
Yes.
We do have a keyboard.
We have a keyboard over
just
here.
Because...
We'll just go and get a keyboard. Run down the street and get one.
We could open the NVDA menu and get to the voices dialogue and stuff. But
and of course, all this, we might be able
I don't think anyone can hear you.
Might be able to make some of this more simple, but for now, this is what we've got. Is that rate good enough, 60? Or do you want it even slower?
Go to 50, maybe.
All right, we'll go to 50.
Rate 50.
There we go.
All right, so I'll touch the...
I think we really need to get mic stands.
Touch the screen again. I got one, but it's very rusty.
Yeah.
Goodbye. There we go. So it said where I touched, and it says goodbye. Now, the idea is that for those who are familiar with iOS devices on Apple, a lot of the gestures are similar. So you've got taps and flicks. I don't know if they call them flicks, do they? They call them flicks or swipes?
They call them
flicks. They call them flicks?
Flick.
Okay. So taps and flicks, and you can do like taps and double taps and multiple fingered things, so 2-finger tap or 2-finger flick. And we also, what we have, we call hovering, which is sort of just keeping your finger on the screen and moving it around and reading what's under your finger there that way. There are a few other gestures, but they're the main ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger on the screen, and I can move my finger slowly up the screen.
Application menu contains commands edit mode.
So firstly, I'll try and find the first line.
This is also a test, but starts on the next line.
Well, that's
this.
Second line.
This is also a test.
And so the idea is that as I move my finger up and down the screen, I'm reading each line as I go over it. I can go up to the menu bar, and it told me I was on help there. Now I'm moving my finger to the left across the menu bar here. Oops.
This is all just hovering.
Sometimes it's a little bit hard to find it because some things can be rather small on a Windows screen, but it takes practice. But the other thing, though, that we can do is that if you'd prefer to use object navigation, we have a few gestures that you can use instead. So, for instance, if I just tap on the text right here, I can then use object navigation. Now I'm going to make sure I'm in the right mode. At the moment we've got these things called modes, sort of text mode and object mode. We'll just see.
Object mode.
And then you're doing that with, at the moment it's three-finger
tap, but that could change. So now if I flick right, it just takes me to...
No next. Edit multi-line for application menu bar.
So I can see the menu bar there. If I go next, I can see the edit field of Notepad. For instance, if I go previous, go to the menu bar, then I can flick down to go into the menu bar and go across like this. So for those who are familiar with object navigation, it's really just, that's what it is. It's object navigation with particular gestures. So some people will prefer to just use object navigation. Some people might prefer to actually move their finger around the screen all the time, finding what they want. Now, before we open anything else, I want to go to text mode.
Text mode.
There we go. And now some of these gestures I've been talking about, so flicking left and right and up and down, now move you specifically through the text. So if I flick right, I'm moving by character, and I can go left like that, and these are just flicks anywhere on the screen because it's moving the review cursor. I can flick up and down for lines.
This is also a test blank. This is a test to show how to touch screen blank. This is also a goodbye man. Bottom goodbye man.
I can do 2-finger flicks left and right to move by word.
Blank. Bottom blank. Goodbye man. Line feed. Carriage return. Line dot. Next.
Moving by word. And I can do if I just move to the top here, I can do a 2-finger flick down to do a say all, hopefully.
This is a test to show how the touch screen works. This is also a test, but starts on the next line.
And I can do if I wanted to, I could do a 2-finger tap to silence the speech. So that's really all the gestures we have right now. What I might do is I want to open Firefox. Now, what I might do is, because we're talking about Windows 8, I'm going to press the... I shouldn't mention, in Windows 8 there's no start button on the screen anymore because, just because...
Did you want to show the touch keyboard?
The touch keyboard first, yes, you're right. So what I'll do is I'll move to the end of this line first, like this. we will eventually probably have some commands to move to the end of the line and stuff, but I was busy coding this today on the train and here, and then the Samsung thing wouldn't boot, and then it didn't work for a while.
I was releasing RC2 when it was trying to.
Yeah. So let's now, to start the on-screen keyboard, we have to sort of look for it on the system tray. So I'm going along the system tray on the bottom right of the screen. Just hovering. There's the Start Touch keyboard, and tap. Okay, now I'm going to
That was a double tap, by the way.
Yes, I did a double tap. Now I'm going to do... now again, those on iOS familiar with touch typing on iOS, right now I've implemented it like that. So the idea is that once you sort of move your finger around the screen finding the key you want, and then you take your finger off and it types it. You can also do a double tap on each key. I think
we don't know yet,
but I mean, all this is very, very new. We're coding this every day, so we'll see. So let me just see if I can type hello here.
H button collapse.
Let's find
B button. H button collapse.
H. Type that.
Edit multi-line focus. R button.
E. This is very
E button collapse.
E.
J button collapse. K button. L button. L. K button. K button. L button. L. O button collapse. O.
Now let's
edit multi-line focus. Goodbye man. Goodbye man. Bottom. Goodbye man. This is also a test.
I don't
on the next
think
line.
it's working again.
High comment. This is a test to show how the touch screen works.
Let's see.
This is also a goodbye man. Bottom. Goodbye man.
No, maybe
because it wasn't making the click sounds.
That is true.
Either.
It's not making the click sounds.
Are you not maybe not focused on the airfield?
H.
There we go.
Oh.
Edit multi-line focus.
Right, so
H button collapse. H. D button collapse.
All right, well, we'll just type
E button collapse. E.
Like that. E.
L
so hover's not working.
L doesn't seem to be hover ups. Yes.
We keep breaking.
M button. M button. Comment. But L button. L.
L. And
O button collapse. O.
There we go. Now let's.
Welcome to Prototype Land, ladies and gentlemen.
Focus. Hello, goodbye man. High comment. This is a test to show how the touch screen works. Not high comment. I.
Let's go down to the bottom.
Hello, goodbye man.
There we go. It typed the hello there. So, I mean, look, they're pretty rough around the edges, but the point is that we can type on the, we can tap on the touch screen, the on-screen keyboard. We can certainly read all the keys. At least you can find what you want. And again, this is just by keeping your finger on the screen and moving around to each button. Now, we could also use object navigation here.
Object mode.
Here.
Size box. No next. Edit multi.
Here. There we go. I can use object navigation and find the button, but not many people probably would do that.
It's very slow.
Yeah. So that's the touch screen, really. The big question is how to get rid of it.
The touch keyboard.
The touch keyboard. You want to hide it somehow.
Change layout behind right arrow.
Now, that's interesting. On this keyboard, you have things like right arrow keys and all that as well, which of course is different to, I don't think, the Apple ones do. Now, so let's open the start screen. So on Windows 8, I was saying there was no start button physically on the screen, but most devices are supposed to have a start key button on them, so sort of like the home button, I guess, on Apple. So press that, and it goes into the start screen. And I want to open Firefox, which I've installed. Now I know it's roughly around the sort of middle bottom of the screen somewhere, so let's hope I can find that. There it is. And I just double tapped. Now I've opened the MB Access home page as my home page. Let's just silence the speech there. And that was a 2-finger tap. Now I can read this page again just by moving my finger around the screen. So if I just place my finger anywhere, let's see. I'm just dragging down. That's that paragraph. I can go up to the heading. I could even go up to the nav bar. Going up the screen, there is, and I landed on About Us. And I could move by word if I want to find the next link. That might be an easy way because there's lots of links on the line. So let's... I've got to go into text mode again.
Text mode.
There we go. We just invented the mode thing
this morning.
So hey. So let's do a 2-finger flick right.
Out of link search. Out of link news.
Let's tap on news, and so I'm going to do a double tap here.
News link.
See if it's going to load.
Yep,
loaded our blog.
Logo, search landmark.
And I could go down to where it starts.
Out of list landmark visited link graphic recent posts left paren max 20
start
right
from
paren dash
there.
browse for
I can do a say all.
recent posts left paren max 20 right paren dash browse for archive for more.
Well, I'm not really sure what that is.
Out of list and landmark visited link recent posts left main landmark thanks to financial contributions from both the link Hong Kong Blind Union left
so it should be reading
the link Taiwan Digital Talking Books Association left TDTV right common and access with.
All right, so we can do a say all from there, and you'll notice that different to our we originally, when we were testing, used some of our mouse announcement code for this, but what we've done is we've rewritten all that, so it's much more. It gives you much more semantic information. So as you move your finger around the screen, you will hear about headings and links. And
we'll
things
probably
like
change the mouse code.
We probably will change the mouse code as well.
Just have to see what users think.
Yeah,
on that
we'll
one.
have to get opinions from a lot of vision impaired people about that. So we'll see. But look, this is all new stuff, and it all may change. So don't use this as a tutorial by any sense.
We're just showing off, really. Yeah,
of course. And so yeah, that's pretty much what you can do with the touch screen. I guess, look, there's no real guarantee on when this will be out. We would be trying our hardest to have this ready for when Windows 8 is released, but we'll see, so I'm not sure what.
Do you want to really quickly turn on input help mode with the keyboard and show the touch?
That's a
I
good
just think this is
idea.
really cool.
Okay, so hang on. So I'm just gonna
with no extra effort. So just because of the way that we've implemented this
Input
stuff,
help on.
Yes.
the gestures just automatically will work in input help mode.
I've got input help mode on, and I'm just going to tap the screen now.
Tap reports the object and content directly under your finger.
Tap. If I do a 2-finger tap.
2-finger tap.
3-finger tap.
3-finger tap. Cycles between available touch modes.
Does it? Okay. 3-finger flick down.
2-finger flick down.
Sorry.
From the review cursor up. 3-finger
flick down. I could even do. I think I can do a. Let's do something really stupid here. A 4-finger quadruple tap. I think I can do that.
4-finger quadruple tap.
There we go.
Nice.
And so you can do
flick
flicks
left,
and
flick right,
2-finger flicks.
2-finger flick down. Reach from the review cursor up to end of
at the moment, so that's
and
hovering, obviously.
Hover reports the new object or content under your finger if different to where your
we
finger
do
was last.
have.
Hover reports the new object.
I think
control.
Why didn't I just tap? Oh, I can't. That's very interesting. Don't worry. I could do a tap and hold, but we'll see.
Tap and hold.
Yes, it did work. So that's cool. Except that then it's
just
and we might be able to do.
Hover reports the WhatsApp, reports the object and content.
We'll just ignore that
your finger.
Okay, so that's really all the gestures we support.
Oh, you were trying to do a hold and tap?
Yeah. But that's really all the ones we support.
There seem to be some bugs in the Windows Touch drivers.
They do, and we're going to have to have a close look at that and report it to Microsoft if. What's going on? So,
look, that's kind of how it is. That's how it is at the moment. It's pretty exciting.
I think it's I mean, look, I really like the obviously I like the size and all devices are going to be different, but I mean I personally like this particular device, and I can certainly now imagine myself, at least on the train or something, at least if all I need to do is read my email, maybe not typing. I mean, typing's possible, but I mean, even for me personally on iOS, I don't really like typing that much. But reading my email or just reading a blog or whatever on the train, I mean, I could probably use my phone, but for more detailed reading and web surfing and that, this will be better. And I'd be happy to do that without having to get out the wireless keyboard or anything like that. So I think it's really going to be interesting times in the coming future.
Indeed, it is.
With this, so.
That's pretty much it from us, I think. I'll just check my notes because I have a habit of forgetting things. No, pretty much that's it.
So we should thank Adobe.
I was just about to say our sponsors, Mozilla Corporation and Adobe Systems. Thanks very much.
Thank you. And again, thanks to Samsung again as well for their donation. Thank you.
And that's it from us, I think.
All right.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
يسر منظمة ميراي لتأهيل المكفوفين وضعاف البصر أن تقدم لكم السلسلة التعليمية الخاصة بالآيفون، والسلسلة بعنوان كن محترفا معنا، وهذه السلسلة من إنتاج موقع آبل للكفيف العربي.